let's talk some college basketball real quick. Florida State's headed to Duke. The spread's at 8 points. Both teams are 20-3. The over-under's at 148. Yeah, I think so. 148. I think a lot of people are going to compare this game to UNC, University of North Carolina, and there's one thing you got to watch out and understand about that matchup is really no two teams match up like that. They play up or they make sure they're prepared for that game at all times. So if you're gonna, I think a lot of people are gonna compare the Florida State win over UNC to Duke's, and I don't think that's a fair comparison. Because I'm telling you right now, maybe UNC was overlooking Florida State to get ready for Duke, and then Duke ended up beating them. So don't look by the margin on that. And I think a lot of people are going to fall into that trap today. So my pick is obviously going to be Duke -8. Not much more than to go in from that. I think it's going to be earlier in the day. I mean, not earlier in the night. And it looks like the better teams usually cover a little bit easier in doing so. And I don't really like to say it's a bait game because I don't think so. I think the spread's about right where it should be. And I like Duke on this. I think Florida State's going to find themselves overwhelmed. I lost my pick yesterday on the XFL, go figures, right? Did hours of research on the teams and for the New York Guardians. I just focused on the one game and then the Vipers. And at first I was going Guardians, and then I really watched the tape and stuff on the Vipers. And, you know, I'm sticking by my word. I think they're the better team overall. I think throughout the season we'll see that. But, man, that first game, it did not look like that. So definitely look for that game two. Game two for the Vipers. I think that now they're going to be way undervalued. So we're definitely going to be making a play on Vipers pretty much no matter what. So we'll go ahead and check that out. I'll do a detailed video on that. So look to take the Vipers this game because now you're going to gain a lot of value. Even if they don't push it, it's just, I mean, value bet, right? Let's go ahead and talk about number one Baylor, 21-1, and they're facing Texas, who is 14-9. Guys, this does not make sense. This one's a little more eerie. We have an over/under of 128.5. Texas lost to KU 69-58, and then 66-57 at home. That's about the only team I could really compare it to with the big guys, you know, Baylor big guys, because like the Texas Tech win and all that, it's not the same. And I can't really use big brother, little brother syndrome on here, Texas being the big brother and Baylor being the little brother, because that should have applied to Texas Tech then. So really, honestly, nothing makes sense about this game and why the spread is only at 6. So you have Baylor -6 at Texas. But I'm not going to lie to you, I don't trust Texas sports officials and when they're at home. I don't. For Texas Longhorns, I don't. I'm sorry. Nothing much really more to say to that. That game, it makes absolutely no sense. And I know it's going to be hard to take, but I'm taking Texas +6 at home. And why? Because I always play devil's advocate, and I was playing devil's advocate for Texas, and I couldn't find any argument to say otherwise. And that was like, oh, okay, well, that absolutely makes no sense. So watch, Texas is going to lose by 3 or 4 or 5 points. Just watch. It's just probably going to happen. I bet you we might be able to get 6.5 too if you wait later on the day, which I'm going to be putting in after work. Let's go one NBA game, Suns versus LA. It's at 12.5. This will probably be at 13 by the time I get there, and I'm okay with that. Suns are the kind of team that normally I like the underdogs, especially with the points towards the late game, the final game. But I think Lakers had sympathy on Golden State Warriors, and we actually hit on the Warriors. It was their Warriors did a Kobe honor night, and they had Stephen Curry, and he was talking and interviewed in a Lakers jersey. It looked ugly. He had a blazer on to kind of cover it up, but it was not a good look for him. Hopefully that's never a thing. But the atmosphere was kind of just like happy go-go. You felt like the Lakers were going to win the money line, but I think I was getting 15 points, and it was a pretty safe cover. So that was pretty sweet, but I don't think it's going to be the same for the Phoenix Suns here. The Suns are kind of in this slump. I mean, they're not even that good, so I can't really call it a slump. But I think LA is ready to get focused and play the basketball that they're ready to play. I think they're kind of not over the Kobe thing, but they want to focus on what they got going on, and they'd really like to win it for him. I'm talking like the championship, of course. And I think they're just going to come out swinging and balls to the wall. The Suns team just plays teams second and third time they seem to be getting worse and worse. So this is actually about right where the spread should be at. And I actually like to play on the Lakers tonight. Thank you for checking in with the Roadrunner. Enjoy your day.